Please be seated for our announcements. So Miss Betty is in the back of the church. You can never tell if that's the back or the front. She's over there. She's selling Star Quilt raffle tickets. I will get with her. In fact, I'll tell this to you, Betty. Let's get together this week and set a new raffle date, because I know we need to. And also, we don't have the memorial banners up. They will be made this week. And again, keep bringing your names in if you think of more names for the memorial banners. Even if they don't get on these banners, every month or two, we're going to put up more banners for any new names that came in. We've got 6 columns. We can just keep making banners. So today our announcements are mostly focused on 2 subjects. The first is the Mass. We just got an update from our bishop, which has to do with our status in North Dakota going from moderate to low. He's giving us more flexibility here as a parish. He's allowing pastors and congregations to kind of choose depending on how bad the virus is in their areas. So the 3 major things that are kind of changing. 1, you will now be allowed communion on the tongue if you wish. He still recommends communion in the hand, but for those that stick out their tongue at me, you will get communion. Secondly, it's still highly recommended that you wear masks, but starting tomorrow, masks will be optional. You will not be kicked out for not wearing a mask. And again, I believe the bishop is doing this just so that depending on the region, like in Towner, they still have no cases. We have about 7 cases in our county. But I think we can do it on common sense. If you come to daily Mass, there's usually about 6 people here, and if you're on this side of the church and nobody is there, you don't need to wear a mask. But we still have vulnerable people around us coming that are elderly or that have health conditions. And if you feel that you're sitting near someone that might be like that, please bring your mask and wear it. All this is doing is bringing common sense to the people and not letting the bishop make the decision for us. So starting this week, masks are optional but still highly recommended. And I think in most cases we can decide for ourselves depending on the circumstances. And the final thing is that I will be leaving these the designated seatings there. Even that he's loosening on a little bit, and we might try some things in the coming weeks. But for now, I think it's good to help people space. So we'll leave that. And it's the same with, he's opening for social gatherings as well. We're probably going to wait on that for a few weeks, but at the same time, it's allowable now for us to have ultreas together and things like that. But I want to talk to our ultrea group and our different groups. If we meet together for social gatherings, we have to follow the same protocols as the restaurants. And I was at Dale's, and no one was wearing a mask. Of course, you can't wear masks to eat, but it's getting... I'm usually the only one with a mask on at Wayne's. So we see the community slowly loosening up, and we will too, but just a little slower. But we at least have the bishops allowing us to do that now, is what's happening. Starting this week, I will not be doing the confessions on Wednesday or Saturday. That was more because we weren't having confessions before Mass, and now we are. We still can't use the confessional, but at the same time, I think that's a good access for everyone. I was told by someone to play the music louder. You'll hear the Gregorian monks when I'm in the confessional, so that you can be sure that no one can hear your words. Someone said that when the wind blows, it can carry sound. So it's going to carry the monk's sound more than our sound. There'll be people hearing, where's that sound of chanting coming for all around our... So that's what's going on. Good things. Things are going back to normal. Slowly but surely. It's all positive. The second subject is St. Mary's Cemetery. So this week at St. Mary's, a lot of good things happened. We got all of the crosses cemented in for the unknown graves. But also, I went to all the graves along the roads. And so there's a few graves that were going under some of the roads. There are now posts that are spray painted bright orange that will get people to veer around areas that graves are going under the roads. So if you're going to St. Mary's Cemetery at night, be aware you might have to swerve in some places. Also, the road that makes a loop at the top of St. Mary's isn't supposed to be there. It kind of naturally occurred for people driving it so much, but it goes over graves. So we are putting a gate in this week to restrict access to that, to driving up into that top area where there's that little loop. You can still park up there and walk up there, but only the tractors that are digging graves and the hearses that are bringing people for burial will be given access to that little area at the top. But it's all done to respect those that are buried. So also the last announcement about St. Mary's is that next Saturday our Vigil Mass at 5 p.m. is going to be at St. Mary's. And I'm going to have it rigged that you can hear it from your cars. So anyone that has great memories of up there can come to an outdoor Mass, weather permitting, pray for good weather, can either sit in your cars and listen to the Mass and watch it, or can go up there and social distance and sit in front. After that 5 o'clock Mass, we're going to have a community St. Mary's meeting. And I ask everyone that has plots up there or visits it or has good memories to please come to that 6 p.m. meeting at St. Mary's. There's just been a lot of issues up there, a lot of things I would like to discuss as a community and some decisions made. It's also to finish out the budget, because right now we're raising money for St. Mary's, and hopefully after this meeting we'll have a budget that we're shooting for, and then we know what our goal is. So all of that is happening this coming Saturday. And I don't think there's another thing I can talk about. Thank you all for joining me today. Again, it's beautiful seeing everybody's face each and every week. More and more people are coming. And the dispensation is still on that it's not a mortal sin to miss Sunday Mass, but the bishop said that everyone who is not elderly or has a health condition, he highly wants us to encourage you to come back to Mass now. The whole reason for the dispensation is for the elderly, the vulnerable, and the ones with health conditions, that they don't feel they have to come to Mass. But we're encouraging people now to start coming back. Thank you.